Greetings, Stan Kessler here. Don't I look great? I wanted to talk to you about some simple ways to practice scales and incorporate those things into your improvisation. So let's start with the major scale. And let me first say that you need to know all 12. There are 12. 5, 10, and 12. Major scales. You will encounter all of them at one time or another, so start learning them now and you'll be ahead of the game. So let's assume that you know how to construct a major scale. No, let's not assume that. Let's say it's all whole steps except for between the third and fourth note there's a half step, and between 7 and 8 there's a half step. So I'm going to play F major scale, that's a concert. So for B flat instruments that's G, and for E flat instruments that's D. So okay, so that's the first way. Way number one is just straight up and down all 12 major scales. And so on. Another way to practice major scales is in thirds. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to skip a note every time. So it'll be 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 5, etc. Like this. And make sure you do it ascending and descending. Okay? And before I go any further, I like to stress that you should always do these with a metronome. The sooner you can establish your internal sense of time and be able to play everything in time, the better musician and better soloist you will be. Okay, and way number 3 would be 4-note groupings, and there's a bunch of those, like this, for instance. And so on. Another way, another 4-note grouping would be there's a million of those. There's so many permutations you can make up your own. You could take the one I just played, boo-da-dee, to 1, 2, 3, 1, and you can invert that. You can play it upside down. 3, 2, 1, 3, or you can play it retrograde, backwards. Okay? So you can see how many variations there are with just one simple idea or simple motif. And really, improvisation, which is composing on the fly, is not that complicated. It's just a bunch of very simple things that all hook together, hopefully. So the 4-note groupings is the third way. And the fourth way would be what's called scale tone triads, where you're basically building a triad on top of each scale tone. So it'd be like ba ba ba, 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, 6, 3, 5, 7, and so on. Sounds like this. So there's 4 ways right there to practice every scale. Well, what do you do with that? Well, you string a bunch of stuff like that together, and the idea is that you hear it. You don't want to have to think too much. You hear it because you've practiced it over and over and over. There's no magic pill. It's all about reputation, right? Repetition. And so, you know, you got to do the work, but once you do the work, it's a lot of fun, and the stuff just comes out. So let me give you an example. I've got a thing set up on my iReal Pro. Ooh, that's bright. I composed it. It's just, anybody can do this. It's just F major 7, over and over and over. And I've got a medium swing tempo. So this is what you would end up with. So you can do this with any scale. I just picked a major scale because everybody probably knows that one. Any scale. Practice it that way. Do it with a metronome. Set up some backing tracks with your iReal Pro. Or just play with a metronome. That's fine too. Anything you can do like this improves your playing immediately. You will see results immediately. Thanks for dropping in. We'll see you next time.